Good evening. Hello. I hope you guys are having a good day. My day has been really good today. I've gotten a lot accomplished. Just went downstairs, picked me up some keto coffee. I didn't put any sugar in it, Jeremiah, but I did put in some whipped cream. Hey, Sean, what's up? Hey, Shamira, y'all look like y'all had so much fun up there. I love that. Hey, Teresa, Charles, what's up? Y'all are some hungry people. I tell you what, I love a hungry person. I tell you, hungry people get fed. Like, I think it's so the key to success. Like, stay hungry. Don't ever just fall back, be like, yeah, I got it all. No, you got to stay hungry, Faye. Hey, Larry, hey, guys, I want you to share this feed. Share this feed because I got a very, very good friend of mine that's coming on here, business partner, and this brother is handling his business. Okay, he is handling his business. And so we definitely are going to learn a lot from him tonight. So share the feed. Y'all know how I feel about having these wealth conversations because we be talking about everything else. We be talking about food. We be talking about exercise, you know, and that's good. Family, marriage, ministry, like all those things are great. Keep talking about them, but we got to add wealth to the equation because romance without finance is a nuisance. That's A. And there's just too many limitations when there's not overflow. And I hate limitations, and I hate, Carla, being told what I cannot have. Like, I don't receive that. I take two answers, yes, and then yes. So, you know, and the reality is you get a flow going and it can be the same thing with you. It's like, okay, I'm taking yes and yes. So really, really excited to have you guys on here tonight. Like I said, go ahead and share this feed. This is going to be really, really good. And while we are waiting for my brother to show up, I want to go ahead and if you weren't on the live earlier, get on that live earlier because it was really, really good. I had Curtis Cobain, who is one of the educators that you guys will have access to when you join our platform. And because pretty much the platform is to give you wealth education. That's what the platform is for, is to give you wealth education. It's a place for you to be inquisitive, to ask questions, and to learn how to dominate the markets, dominate money, which then puts you in a position to be able to create more cash flow, right? That's the thing that most people need, is they need some more cash flow, right? So that they can do what they want to do and go where they need to go. All right, cool. So here he goes, ready to play. What's up, brother? How we doing?
What's going on? How are you?
It's good. It's good. All right. Yeah, you sound great. You sound great. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, cool. I'm so excited you're on here. Yay!
How you been?
I've been like, you know, I've been.
Let's go.
Let's go. You ready?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I think we all experiencing some major. It's been an economic boom, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, what's going on? I've never seen anything like it before. It's just clear that we truly said yes to a blessing, and all the hard work, all the hard labor, all the sacrifice, all the ups and downs. Right now, we're just really taking in all the hard, you know, the labor, the results from it, from everything that we put into this business. And
yeah,
it's amazing just to see what's going on right now. Like, it's literally over 20 people that make $1 million a year, and it's going to probably be 40 by Houston if we have Houston.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's pretty huge. Garrett, thanks for jumping on here, brother. I really appreciate you, saying, yeah, you'll jump on here. But I wanted to ask you first, and I mean, as I've been interviewing people, because I think it's interesting that even though, God has blessed people like yourself, and I just had Curtis Cobain on a couple hours ago, Ivan yesterday.
Sure.
Yeah, Nick coming on tomorrow. But I think it's so interesting because I think what's so blessed is that we've had so many people who for real started at the bottom and now they're like here. But when you talk about kind of growing up, what did you see where like money was concerned? You know what I mean? What was that whole relationship with money? And then kind of who raised you? I just want to know a little bit about you before we get into kind of the possibilities that are here.
Yeah, so growing up, I mean, I was completely raised by my mother and my grandma. My mother, she was, one of those moms where she was like, I'm going to do it all. She was pretty much like my superwoman. She worked multiple jobs and she was in the Air Force. So she did about almost 30, like basically 30 years in the Air Force. And anybody in the forces, you don't start in a good position when you join the forces, and sometimes you don't even end in good positions. And that's kind of the situation my mom was in. She started off with, working her way up, but I was already born during that time, so she had to always get more jobs. I remember her coming home, like literally, I would wake up and there would be a whiteboard. I remember this probably at like 6 years old, 7, probably younger. And there was a whiteboard and it literally used to tell me what to do every single day because she had to go to work so early. So literally I would dress myself or feed, eat, then I go to school, come home, read the whiteboard. But she was always around as much as she can, but she always made sure that she provided for the house, always, broke her back. But anytime that she had to be gone for a while or be stationed somewhere else, I would go stay with my grandma, who was living in Detroit. So I pretty much grew up in Detroit and I grew up in Maryland because that's where my family was at. And as far as money, I was always the kid. I mean, just thinking back, I was always the kid. I didn't want to live a regular life, like from the beginning. I wanted to either be a wrestler, a basketball player, football player, something special, right? Something that was seen and something that was celebrated, something that was looking like they were living that type of lifestyle. And as I got older, that just stuck with me. I remember, like, just as I got older, I always loved to, go harder in something that I don't see a lot of people do. And so when it came down to money, I already knew at a young age. Like, I have so many pictures as a kid holding money. I got one where I'm probably like 5 years old and I'm holding like a couple of 20s and stuff in a suit. So I was pretty much, I guess, programmed that way to, want more out of life. But at the end of the day, our parents, they didn't have all the opportunities we have today. So my mom could only teach me how to work hard.
Right.
She could only teach me work hard, bust your butt, treat people right, move like a man, and you'll get good things in your life. And so that's some of the principles that I just kept with me all my life.
Yeah.
I literally have her heart. I don't hold grudges. I don't really get mad.
Yeah, you did a great job because you really are a really genuinely nice guy. And you really are. Like China and I talk about that all the time. Like G is genuinely just a really nice guy who just wants the best for himself and the people that he cares for. And that she did a great job with that. You had some time once you got up that a lot of us do. You kind of got away from some of those things and you got in some trouble. Talk a little bit about that because it sounds like the trouble kind of maybe even came because you was like, I want overflow in my life. I'm not trying to struggling. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, all the way up until I'll say, all the way up until like 12, 11 years old, I was just like a good kid. I was like square. Like my mom tried to keep me as square as possible. Even though we grew up in like neighborhoods that weren't the best, she tried to just keep me square as possible, like make sure I knew the right things. But as I got, probably 12, 11, I started seeing older people. Like all my life, I've been around older people. And so as I got a little bit older, I started seeing things that I wanted. Like, yo, I want those video games. I want that new system. I want them new shoes. I want the new bike. I want the pegs. I want all the fancy stuff. And I remember I couldn't get any of those things. And I remember like when Nelly came out with Air Force Ones, and I used to ask my mom like, "Yo, can I get some Air Force One?" I didn't even know what that stuff really was. Like I said, I was so square. I really wasn't hip to like what those things were. But I remember asking her like, "Yo, can I get those Air Force Ones?" Instead, I got K-Swiss. And I remember going to school a lot. I used to wear Shaqs. And anybody on the call, if you know about Shaq, you get those from Payless, right? And so I used to wear, Shaq was my favorite basketball player. So I used to wear Shaqs like people wear Jordans. But when you come to school, you don't really know. That's just your favorite basketball player. But when you come to school, those kids know you got Payless shoes on, right? So they used to always make fun of me and talk about my shoes and, talk about the stuff I used to wear. And so it kind of got to me like, yo, I need to get like them. I need to wear the things they're wearing, or I need to present myself the way they're presenting themselves. And so, as I got older, I just had different desires, different things that I really wanted. As any man or any little boy growing up, they start to do. But the fact that my mom was always gone because of working, my influences were always either coaches because I was heavy in sports, or they was just the guys around the corner because they lived a cool lifestyle at the time too. So when I would look at it, it would be like, okay, I want to be in sports, but if you're in high school, you don't get paid for sports. And as I start getting older and older, probably into my teenage years, or by the time I was 14 or like 15, I was completely in that type of lifestyle of trouble. I was getting in trouble all the time. I was doing stuff that wasn't legal. And that was just my life. I accepted it. I was like, you know what? Because this is going to put money in my pocket. I want to have money in my pocket. I always just wanted to be an entrepreneur. And when I would come to school and I see kids barely could get their lunch, I'm like, I'm not trying to be like that. Or in some schools, you got this side of the line because these kids' parents can't afford lunch. And then you got this side of the line where they can eat a little bit better because they got some money. I wanted to be on this side with the Chick-fil-A. I ain't want to be on this side with the green beans and the fake chicken nuggets. So that was something that really, I was just always motivated. And then as I got older, my coaches, they start seeing my lifestyle change. And I pretty much got blackballed in sports. And so at that moment, when I pretty much got blackballed in sports, and they didn't really want me around too much because they seen my attitude was changing. They seen I was changing. I was getting older. My ego was bigger than everything about me. They pretty much told me, we don't want you a part of the team no more. Even though I was a captain of the team, they were like, yo, pretty much, we don't want you. I have bad dreams about you. And that kind of just put me in a black place, a low place in life. And at that point, I'm probably 15, 16. And I just went all out in that other type of lifestyle. I literally accepted that. I said, this is for me. And I went all out. And then, I ended up getting shot the day of graduation. So my senior year for graduation, the day right before graduation, I had got shot, and I got shot in my leg, and it went through my spine. So I couldn't even walk. I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to do anything. And at that moment, I had to make a decision that I needed to change my life. That was my first eye-opening moment. It was like, I might have to change my life. Then I went to college. And when I got to college, I said, I'm gonna be a square. I don't want to know about nothing. I don't want to hear about nothing. I don't want to talk about nothing. I'm here to go to school, live off my refund check, get a job, and I just want to stay square as possible. I don't want to go back to my old ways. And something happened. A kid that I knew from from my city ended up going to the city that I went to college to. And in my city, everybody knew me from high school. Like, yo, that's him. Like, that's what he does. And so when we went to a different city that's about 4 hours away, and the kid that I knew from my city came to the school, and I seen him grinding, making money, and I'm like, yo, this dude was a square in my city, and he making money out here. And so that kind of like, it made me go full circle back into my old life, and things just got worse after that. Like once I did that, and I dropped out of college, but I was still on college campus. I was just doing all the wrong things. I was racking up my college bills because I wasn't going to class. I was literally just there to collect refund checks. And my life just got worse. Like it got better to my eyes, but now looking back, it technically got worse. I met a lot of wrong people, and I got into a lot more trouble. I ended up getting 2 felonies, and when I caught the 2 felonies, I just shrugged them off. I was like, "Oh well, let's get back to what got us these 2 felonies." And everybody on the call, if you know any better, you know that 3 felonies and you're pretty much labeled a statistic in the system. So I was pretty much heading directly towards that 3rd felony. And then when I dropped out completely, I left the campus. I had that 2nd felony. I came back and moved back into my old city. By this time, I had a newborn daughter, and I was still living that life. And what happened to me that really just changed my life is I remember I was trying to start rapping. I was trying to start doing music, and it was going okay. But I was so broke. It was like, you can't get into this with no money. And then I was like, all right, we're gonna hustle up some more money. And I still have videos to this day from 2012 of me rapping. If you find them on YouTube, you find them. But the old me, I was rapping. I was in the hood. I was all that stuff. And I remember it was like November 2012. I was on probation. So I was on probation for 5 years for those felonies. And I remember my probation officer called me one day, and she was like, yo, we just got a call from someone that said, you're doing certain things in your videos. We're going to send you to jail for it. But she was cool, and she was like, you know what? If you delete those videos, I won't do anything about them. So I deleted the videos. I quit rapping that day. And then what happened was the police ended up running into my house and taking my daughter away. And so I had to go through like a big case. But by this time, I had already quit everything. So when they came into my house, I was already a changed man. And that opened my eyes like, wow, that's a sign, right? And so literally from November, living that type of lifestyle, and then literally I joined network marketing that January. Wow. And I have a book right here just to let y'all know, like, there's not any false stories. At the top, it says, one of the worst days of my life, 12/3/12.
Wow.
R.I.P. Pac-Man. They used to call me Pac-Man. I said, R.I.P. him. And then at the bottom, I put, I see millions in my future. And so I just really changed my life. And the cool part is I put my last $100 bill right here.
Wow.
And I used that 100 to join network marketing. So the cool part was when I seen this concept, I was at a place where it was just like, what do I have to lose?
Right.
What do I have to lose? I don't think this is real. That was my mindset. I don't think this is real. I think it's a scam. I think it's fraudulent, but I'm willing to do whatever fraudulent stuff they doing too. And that was my mindset. I remember my first upline. I said, I know you're a scammer, but I'm going to go to this bank and I'm going to throw this money in there so you can take it and you could teach me what you're doing. I remember telling them that. Wow. And I signed up. I looked at the link. I'm like, wow, these dudes are serious about their schemes. I was like, wow, they got links. They got websites. And then when I got in, he sent me training. And it had a lot of mindset in it. And so I started going through the training. Before I even got into network marketing, a friend gave me a book called Think and Grow Rich. And that's what made me get on the computer, even start searching for ways to get rich quick, make money legally. Those are the things I typed in on YouTube. Like, how do I get rich quick legally? How do I get a millionaire legally? And it honestly led me to real estate first. So I was trying to flip houses down, no money. Around 2012, everybody was talking about how you could flip houses, no money down. You could go out there and find homes and do assign as contracts. So I was learning about real estate at first. And then the guy that I was learning real estate through, he ended up posting a video about a network marketing company that was $100. So I said, I got 100. And then when I joined my first upline, I remember going through his trainings. He actually had a binary options training in his training. And that was the first day that I seen trading. It was 2013. It was my first network marketing upline. The kid was like 17 years old. And he was talking about how he clicks buttons and make hundreds of dollars. And I was like, yo, what's this? And he was like, don't worry about that. You need to look at this training. I'm like, nah, like, okay, I get that I'm a part of this company, but what was that? That sounds completely illegal. You clicking buttons. And so I didn't have enough money to get into trading at that time. So I always had it in the back of my head. Whenever I run up some money in this network marketing stuff, I'm going to double back and figure out what that stuff was he was clicking buttons on and making money. And so that's literally how I transitioned from my old lifestyle into this, because once I got into this, it was no looking back. I never looked back. I never went and chilled with my old friends. I never I deleted all my numbers. So anybody I was making money with, making money from, I had no way to contact them anymore. I pretty much kicked everybody out of my house. I had around like 6 people living with me at the time. I told them, look, I'm going on a new journey. You either come with me or you got to go. And so a lot of people start looking at me weird, like, dang, how you going? We're brothers. We pretty much kicking us out. But at that point, I had a daughter and I had to level up. I had to really look at my situation and say, if these people around me aren't helping me grow, you got to kind of go, even though I love you. If you don't want to grow, around this time, we're like 22. So if you don't want to grow,
wow,
22, 23 years old, there's nothing that we can do together, because I'm going in towards a new life. And so I came into network marketing. I struggled my first 4-6 months. I punched every laptop I had. The pawn shop knew me by first name. They had me on the Hall of Fame. They knew I was going to always come in with a TV, a watch, some jewelry, they knew I was going to pawn everything. So I pawned pretty much my whole life. I lost my cars. I got evicted. And it literally, like, my first 6-7 months was torture. It was torture because I've always been a winner in life. Like I said, I played sports. I always won. When I started rapping, I was real good at it. When I was hustling, I was great at it. For winning. And so when I got in network marketing, it was like, wow, people are clowning me. 1, they're calling me the internet guy. 2, they're calling me a scammer. 3, they're saying I'm a part of pyramid schemes. And so it did a lot to me mentally. And I wasn't making any money. At this time, I was pretty much living off my mom, living in her attic at the time, basically. I had a newborn child. The mother of my child was telling me that my business wasn't really a real business. I need to go get a real job. And so everything that I was trying to do, people were shooting it down. Like every single day, people were shooting it down. And I struggled my first 7 months, and then something clicked. I don't know what it was, but something clicked where I was on a webinar one day and I was listening to successful people, because I was the type of guy, I wanted to compress the time so bad that I didn't have a year. I didn't have 2 years. I didn't have 2 years. And because my probation officer told me that you only have a certain amount of time to pay off your fees or we're going to send you to jail. And so when I started learning about this concept, I was like, I got to learn it as fast as possible. I got to become profitable and successful as fast as possible. And so I struggled. First month struggle, second month, third month, I started making some money, but I wanted to make so much more. I was dumping all the money I was making back into the business. So I was literally making money, going into debt, making money, going into debt, making money, going into debt. And then literally I just worked so hard and I learned so fast that by my 8th month, I was a 6-figure earner.
Woo!
So,
Okay. That right there, guys. And we can't really give numbers, but I will tell you, Garrett is an extremely successful young man.
Yeah, we blessed.
Successful. No guarantees, real quick.
We blessed.
We're highly blessed. And first of all, thank you for going into such depth, because I know there are a lot of people that are on here. I've even had people hit me up like, yo, I'm ready to go. And then it's like 30 days later, where you at?
Right.
Like, you got to have a resolve. You got to be hungry. Guys, share this feed right now. Like, you got to be so hungry. It doesn't just come to people who are just willing to be lackadaisical. You got to understand what season you're in. Garrett understood 2012, it was 2013, where he realized I got to go through audit my whole life and then reset. And it doesn't mean it's going to always be this way. I've done 2 lives today, several webinars, online church, right? Sunday is usually our day to like kind of kick back, family day, But you got to know what season you in.
Right.
And COVID exposed exactly where we are, exactly where we're not. And I love what Chris says all the time. You better stay stupid. As you're going up, right? That's our financial mentor, Christopher Terry, is the CEO of the company. You better stay stupid. Don't let 6 figures make you chill, 7 figures, 8 figures. In other words, I believe, and I believe many of you that are watching, you were called to build cities. You were called to build nations. You were called to change communities. And you cannot do it if all you can do is pay your bills.
Absolutely.
And so he had to get a resolve. Garrett, talk a little bit. When you guys join this platform, you're going to get the education, and then you're going to have a wealth family like a Garrett, like a Curtis, like all these people that I've been bringing on. These are good people. We just want to change lives. Like, you coming into this whole family. Talk a little bit about the education that we've been able to get, the wealth strategies we've learned, the mindset of what happened when we made a decision to partner with IM Master Academy.
Yeah, so when it comes down to the education, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
If you go to, just go to Google. Like, everybody goes to Google for everything except for the valuable stuff, right? People are so quick to go to Google, but when it comes down to Forex or networking or building an online business, Google is going to let you know those are the most successful ways for regular individuals like us, the middle class, lower class, to get into that higher class. But guess what, guys? Like, I don't know any class that I was in from pre-K all the way to college. I was a part of no class. I don't know about you, Joel. It might be different where you're from. But I didn't have any class where they taught me how to become financially successful. No. I didn't have any class where they said, come up to the front of the room and write residual income. Write the definition of residual income. Write about why you need to have a good credit. Write about the foreign exchange market, even write about the stock market. I was never a part of any class like that. So you got to understand, it's one thing to want to become a business owner or become an investor, but when you have the opportunity to partner with people, right? And what I'm about to tell y'all is going to really hit home, is when you have the opportunity to partner with people who have the results you desire, last thing you want to do is allow that image of that person be the thing that blinds you. See, a lot of people will look at me like I'm not qualified to teach them about the same thing. You will be breaking in a sweat if someone look different than you try to teach you that same thing. But the results is what qualifies you, right? So you got to understand, when it comes down to having education, you can't really be bougie with being a student, right? Because if someone has what you want or living the lifestyle that you want, because they went out there and attained the information the hard way. Trust me, guys, everything that I know, I got it the hard way. I spent my last dollar for it. I struggled. I failed. I told you I failed 7 months, but I won on the 8th month because I was putting so much information in my brain, right? But if I'm telling you, I'm willing to give you 8 years worth of information for free, basically. you definitely don't want to look down on that because I wear a hat and a chain, right? And so you got to start understanding that our 6 figures and 7 figure and 8 figure earners in 2020 most likely look like you, because now we're in a day and age where it doesn't matter what your last name is. I remember growing up, and people would be like, "Oh, well, when you do your application, it matters what your last name is. It matters what you put on your race. Your mom and your dad probably named you a name to make it sound good when you put it down on your application, or it matter how you talk when you come in." Now in 2020, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is your desire, your hunger, right, and the education you pour into yourself. And so now you got to understand we're in the informational world. We're no longer in the industrial world, right? And information runs the whole nation, right? And the only thing we provide in our business, the only thing we provide as entrepreneurs is how you can get this information, use this information to change your life in an informational world, right? And so a lot of you guys, you're questioning is if this is for you or not. The craziest part is you're questioning, is this for you or not, while most of America is in a recession or filing for unemployment right now. So technically, you're not financially in any position to question this stuff. I don't care if you're a millionaire or a billionaire, because if you are a millionaire watching this, millionaires are telling you the only thing millionaires think about is how to make their millions go to work for them. But if you're not a millionaire, right, you definitely need to be positioning yourself as the millionaires are. And the millionaires don't work for money. They allow their money to work for them, right? The millionaires don't go out there hard labor and turn in time for money. No, they allow their money to give them more time, right? You might be in a situation where you're making money, or, I don't want to make it all about making millions and stuff because it's bigger than that. But at the end of the day, if you want to be a business owner, you got to ask yourself, is the business you're really joining, or the business you're really doing, the business that you really desire to have, is that even a profitable business in 2020?
Wow.
Yeah, because a lot of people have dreams from 95 on what business we're going to be doing, or dreams from 2001 on what business, even 2008, my graduation year. When I graduated, I said, I'm going to open up a cell phone store. I'm going to be one of the first people with a Cricket store, a Clear store. That stuff isn't profitable in 2020. Right? That stuff isn't profitable in 2020. So you got to understand now, where does business live? If I truly want to be a business owner, where do people become successful? The internet. Where does business live? The internet. Where are the richest people in the world being formed? The internet. Jeff Bezos, how did he become the richest person in the world? The internet. Kylie Jenner, how did she become the youngest richest person in the world? The internet. So if you know all this stuff and you got a smartphone with the internet and you're not using the internet to make wealth, you're being used. So you definitely don't want to be used. You want to use your job. Don't let them use you. And you want to use the internet. Don't let people like us use your content.
Wow.
Don't let people like us use your database. Because if you're on this internet, if you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, if you're not making money from it or running a business from it, you are data for people like us. What you watch, what you like, what you share, what you comment on is all data for people like us to target you so you can see our ads over and over again from us running our business. So you got to understand what world we're in. You got to understand this world is for you. Guys, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I do think I was probably hungrier than a lot of people because of my situation. I had no room to be comfortable. I had no room to be lazy. I had no room to wonder or worry if someone's going to help me. Guys, I never had for you guys that's been in networking before, I've never had an upline in my whole career, ever. So I never had anyone to call like, yo, can you help me? Can you do this call for me? Can you play some people for me? I never had it for my whole 8 years. I never had
Wow.
And so I want you guys to know that whatever you want to do, whatever your financial goals are, it starts with you. It starts with you believing in the system, being coachable, being consistent. Those are the keys, right? And the main key is being consistent. Because even after I had success, guys, I had a moment in life where I let go of some of my principles. I started trying to learn other things or do other things. And some of the main principles that got me to where I'm at, I didn't focus on those things as much as I should have. And those things can literally make you start back at ground zero. So even for that person, I don't want to come on here and just talk about how to get to wealth. I want to talk about even when you get to wealth and even when you get to the success, you got to stay humble and you got to stay positive and you got to stay happy. You got to stay loving on people. You even got to love the people that hate you, right? And that's the type of things that we educate people on is just the whole thing. Success.
Yeah.
Money. Like, yeah, I talked about money a little bit, but I'm not mentioning money no more because it's bigger than the money, right? I just talked about money, let you know we getting some. But it's bigger than the money. The reason why we're getting some is because we understand the whole mentality of helping people. The whole mentality of understanding you might have to wait your turn. The whole mentality of understanding you're going to have ups and downs. Like, guys, I had so many ups and downs. I'd be happy about the down sometime. I'd be like, I already know this down moment is because I'm gonna be up soon. Like, and that's how life works, guys. So you guys just understand that when you partner with someone like Joy, like, guys, she is a well-known success creator. It's one thing for you to be successful yourself, but when you're known for helping people create success, those are not the type of people you want to be questioning. Is it a gift that they fell into your lap or they fell into your life or they came across your computer screen or you were just scrolling Facebook and you seen a live like that? When you find a mentor, right, on accident, because any mentor you find, trust me, they weren't looking for you, right? So if you happen to be blessed enough to find a mentor, someone that's telling you, I'm willing to take you in, teach you about the things I know, like Jill, she teaches about everything. Like everything that you need to know to be successful, what to do with your money, places to invest it, how to get it, how to get capital fast. If you're in a bad situation, how to learn a skill set that can get you capital, how to start a business the right way, set up an LLC, take that money, fund it into real estate, buy different stuff. I won't give out all Jewel sauce. You have a phenomenal leader to look into, right? To understand that this woman isn't just here to sign you up. Guys, we're not here. If you're looking at our business, our family, our structure, the people we're aligned with, we're not here for signing. We are very, very, very blessed and successful, right? I can't even count how many, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I can't even count how many millionaires our system has created anymore. I can't count how many six-figure earners our system has created anymore. I can't count them, right? And there's no difference between them and you. The only difference is those people were coachable and those people were consistent and those people would say, you know what? I'm going to fall in and follow this culture.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to fall in and I'm going to follow this culture to success. When this culture becomes successful, I'm going to be successful.
Yeah.
When this person becomes successful, I'm going to be successful. And that's how you got to look at it, guys. And understand that it's not going to come overnight. I tell everybody, give us 6, 12, 18, 24 months of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good, Garrett. That's so good. I mean, I've been here for 4 years and it blows my mind what I'm still learning. Like learning is, it's ongoing. So people are like, oh, is this like a 3-month wealth course? No, like real wealth. And not just like you said, the financial part, but so much of it is the mindset. I think that's what I love because every time I interview a Garrett Roberts or whoever I'm bringing on here, like that's feeding me. That's like personal development. This is personal development for you. It's personal development for me. And you heard it before, but it's really true. It depends on the structure of your insides is what you're going to see on the outside. So if you really want to see the outside change, you got to keep working on you. You got to keep, like he said, he had to take full responsibility for his life. Then he had to be a fighter. He had to be hungry. And I think you're right, Garrett. That's really, when you look at it across the board, a lot of people had an opportunity, but everybody wasn't really hungry enough to even stick with it. I could have been and quit. because it didn't come easy for me. Like, honestly, I had people like Sean James who was like killing them charts. And I was still like, wait a minute, hold up. But it was okay. I knew if I kept it before my eyes and before my ears, and I was like, okay, let me just follow the trade recommendations. Let me just keep saving and accumulating this Bitcoin. And next thing you know, my Bitcoin account went from the bottom to now it's here. So, but that came through this environment, being with other people that are smarter than you, that sharpen you, that remind you and reignite things that maybe you let lay dormant. We're here to remind you that you weren't called to be average. You weren't called to be mediocre. You weren't called to just fit in and blend in. You were not called to just sit on the couch and watch Netflix all day long. There are seasons in your life, and you got to know when the shift happens. And that's what Garrett has done, because I've watched Garrett over the last couple of years. I remember when I first saw you, Garrett, is when I came to Dallas. And was one of the first conventions. It was like 1,500 people in the room, and it was probably like 60% millennials. Yep. And and Garrett was getting up on the room, and I promise you, you would have thought Jay-Z was getting up, because everybody's like, Garrett, and folks were there with bags of money. I mean, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy, but it was such a hyper growth, and it is still such a hyper growth, turbocharged environment for you to really come into this space and become the very best person that you can become. Guys, I want you to share this feed. I'm going to be back on here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. with a cryptocurrency master teacher, Nick Gomez. Garrett, you have been off the chain. First of all, thank you for all your transparency, because you didn't have to go down all them little different streets. But I believe somebody on here tonight might have a felony, might just got out of jail. It doesn't really matter. All you got to do is be hungry. What would be the last thing before we get ready to wrap tonight that you would tell the average person that may still be on the fence a little bit? What would you tell them?
If you're still on the fence a little bit, you got to just kind of jump off of it, because at the end of the day, we could tell you about the success, we could tell you about the results, but we can't give you belief in your own heart. We can't give you belief in yourself. We're not asking you to come in here and tell us if it works or not. We have enough statistics, enough stats, enough numbers to prove to you it works, but we're not here to prove anything. We're really just looking for that person that was last night laying next to their wife, laying next to their husband, laying with their kids on their chest, looking at the ceiling fan, praying, wishing, hoping for an opportunity. And if you're that type of person where you just were praying, wishing, hoping on the opportunity, you didn't know you were going to fall on this video, you didn't know somebody was going to share it, you didn't know what was going to come, but you asked for an opportunity and here you're seeing one, it's up to you to make that decision. Because trust me, when me and Jewel get off this call, we're going to be smiling no matter if you joined or not, right? We're going to be happy no matter if you joined or not. Technically, we don't get anything if you join. Like, we're in a position where we've impacted so many lives, we don't get anything if someone just joins. We get something if we say, hey, I brought you in, I mentored you, and over the years you became a success story. Let's take a picture real quick and put it on the ground. That's what we get out of this, right? So you gotta understand, you now have mentors that are saying, I want to do all the hard work for you. I want to teach you how to talk, teach you how to run, teach you how to walk, teach you how to be an entrepreneur, teach you how to be a business owner, teach you how to trade, teach you how to mark up the charts, teach you about cryptocurrency, teach you what to do with your money. All we're asking you to do is show up, right? And no matter what you're going through right now, the reason why I told my story, I don't really tell it much. Sometimes I just get that gut feeling to tell it. This is my third time I probably told the full story. But the reason why I told it is because I want you to understand, no matter what you're going through now, if you make the right decision today, you can eventually forget that terrible story. Because honestly, I have to dig so deep in my brain to even bring that story back out, because my life has been such a blessing the last 10 years. So I have to dig so deep in my memory to even give that story out, because I barely remember that life. And so, guys, I want you guys to be in that same type of position. I don't know what you've been through. Like I said, I've been evicted. I lost my cars. I lost my TVs. I lost my daughter. I have her now, full custody dad, like a full dad, right? And so I just want you to know that things change, right? Long as you change, it change. Because all those TVs I pawned, now I got a theater, right? The car that I lost, now I got my dream cars, right? The houses that I got kicked out of, my house is a lot nicer now. So you can't be scared to give up the things that you
it's a whole lot nicer.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be scared to let go of the things you hate for the things that you desire and love, guys. And I know a lot of you on this call right now, you're probably scared to let go of things you hate. That job you hate, that relationship you hate, that car you hate, that house you hate. Yeah. Some things just have to be given up for a small moment for you to get everything that you want, guys. And I mean, if that's the biggest tip I could give anybody, because a lot of you guys are out here getting whipped by your bills. Your bills are controlling your life. And it might be a moment right now where you just say, yo, I might have to see that eviction notice for the first time because I'm going to invest. I'm going to invest this time. If I got paid today, I'm going to invest this time. Or on my car. Maybe I need to start taking Uber or the bus real quick because this car, I can't do it. Or maybe eating out too much or partying too much or Netflix or the sports channel. Whatever it is that you can give up if you're in a situation where you need to give something up, right? If you need to give something up, it starts with giving up the things that you don't really need and the things that you don't really love so you can put focus in for the next 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 months, 24 months. And your life can change from there. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm a statistic person, and I've seen thousands of people's lives change in that time span. So I don't think there's any difference from them and you guys. So I hope you guys plug in. Hope you all have a blessed Sunday. I hope you all get back to Jewel and even say thank you for doing these type of calls because the only people she's bringing on are successful people to just pour into you guys. So Jewel, love you. Thank you. You know, I'm celebrating every day because I know we're going to be like,
I can't wait till we can get back together. We always have so much fun. Guys, get back with the person that invited you on this watch party, or if I invited you, get back with me. Garrett, I love you, brother. Thank you. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you back on here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central. Bye.